so you can spend more than 5 minutes or whatever.
Welcome to the Monday Motivation with Eric and Friends podcast with your host, Eric F. King, featuring world-class speakers, coaches, and consultants. Join us every Monday as we dive into empowering conversations that motivate, inspire, and educate entrepreneurs. Kickstart your week with valuable insights that help you not just survive, but thrive. This is your go-to podcast to start your week strong and live your best life. Let's make Mondays the fuel for your success journey.
All right, all right, all right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Motivational Monday. I am so excited. My name is Eric F. King. I'm here with Leah Garcia, and we can't wait to jump into our incredible topic today. Today is our last podcast for the year. That is so exciting. Last podcast for the year going into 2025. So if you're hopping in, let us know where you're hopping in from today, and definitely put in your questions. Basically, today we are talking about lessons learned in 2024, right? Whatever lesson you learned, give us maybe the top 2 or the top 3, right? Lesson learned. And you can even put it in the chat too, your lessons learned for 2024. All right. So before I go to my wonderful speaker, I just want to say one thing is that, as we build many of us are business owners, right? As we build our businesses, we have to continue to learn, right? You have to continue to learn. The second you think you know it all, your business goes downhill, right? You have to continue to learn. I once heard someone say, if your coach doesn't have a coach, find another coach. Right, a good friend of mine, Cecilia Morris, always says that if your coach doesn't have a coach, find another coach, because we all need coaches. We all need to keep learning. That's how we get better at what we do. And you are inspired and you're motivated when you learn something new from someone that's doing what you want to do or what you want to accomplish. All right, so welcome Coral from across the pond. Welcome Jacob. Appreciate you. Welcome Laverne. Good to see you. All right, folks. So definitely put from South Africa. All right, we have people from 3 different countries already. Can you believe that? Already. Laverne from Philadelphia. By the way, I used to live in Philly. I went to Temple University up there in Philadelphia. North Broad. All right, Alicia, welcome. Welcome. All right, folks. So keep putting your comments in there. And let me go to our first speaker, and maybe the only speaker today. We'll see. One of my favorite people in the world. She is a financial strategist. She lives in California, where it is 4 a.m., 4:03 right now. So, think about it. If you think you made a sacrifice to be here, she made a bigger sacrifice. She wakes up really early, and we appreciate her. And she really helps us with all things finances, right? People don't like to talk about money, and that's why they don't have any, right? You got to talk about it. You got to talk about it, right? Like, let's keep it a secret. No, talk about it, right? Talk about it. We all need it. We all need it every day. I spend money every day. I don't know about everybody else, but I actually spend money every day. So Leah, she will help you make money. She will help you invest money. She'll tell you where to put your money, right? And that's very important. She's also a 3rd-degree black belt in karate, which means that she's a very disciplined person. Because I know I have children that are in martial arts, and it's hard to get a belt. I mean, you go from white to yellow to orange, and you're excited. But she went to what is it? Green, blue, brown, black. I believe I got it right. Right? She did all of those. So it is an honor and a pleasure to introduce to you my good friend, Leah Garcia. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Eric F., King of Collaboration. Well, my name is Leah Garcia, financial strategist and insurance professional, and it's really my crusade to help you properly protect, distribute, and transfer your wealth so that you can build that legacy and create generational and multi-generational wealth for your family. You know, I want us to prepare to thrive in 2025. And what got us here won't get us there. We have to upgrade our stinking thinking. We have to upgrade our language, right? So I'm going to call it the growth money mind shift. We're going to have a mind shift when it comes to our money, right? We've already been having the mindset. Set is something that's static. It's not mobile. It's not fluid, right? So I like the mind shift because money is currency. It has to have vibrancy. And for me, a money mind shift means that we are going to transform our thinking in 2025. Well, today we're going to look back and we're going to think of some lessons that we learned from 2024. And I'm going to share with you 3 golden nuggets that I learned from my precious grandson about a growth money mind shift in 2024. He is just turned 6 years old and he teaches me lessons each and every day. For those of you with little ones in your life, you absolutely know what I'm talking about. So the first lesson, the first golden nugget is Legos are the key to financial freedom. Yes, you heard it right. Legos are the key to financial freedom. You know, my precious grandson, he loves Legos and he's got boxes and boxes of Legos. He just got boxes and boxes of Legos for Christmas and his birthday. And he spends all these hours putting them together. And every time he's putting them together, he says, I'm going to leave this one together for 20 days, Gams. I'm like, okay. And then he gets it put together. He says, well, maybe I'll leave it together for 2 days. And the next thing you know, 2 minutes later, he's tearing it all apart, right? He's taking it all apart. And he's so excited because now he has the opportunity to rebuild something new. Folks, sometimes when we have a financial challenge, we think that we're broke. We feel like we're broken and we just get discouraged and we think that there's no other way. We think we can't have what we always had. We've already lost it. We've already broken. It's already broken in pieces. But guess what? You can rebuild your financial future any single time. You can push the restart button and go from 0 to hero. It just creates what? It just takes what? It takes a decision. It takes an upgraded mind shift. So remember, Legos are the key to financial freedom. Number two, I say always make a funny face, right? Always make a funny face. Whenever we're taking photographs, anytime we're taking photographs, no matter how serious the mood, no matter how serious the topic, he always makes a funny face. Every single time, no matter what's happening, no matter what's going on. And sometimes when it comes to money, we get so serious and we get so filled with like stress and anguish. And then it feels what? It feels like a burden, like we don't want to talk about it. We don't want to face our money because we're just thinking about it as something that's punitive. Listen, folks, we have to enjoy the process, right? We have to enjoy the process. And what I mean by that is if we're just thinking of it as something punitive, we're not going to be excited about it. You know, think about it this way. If money was a friend and you felt about money the way that you feel about this friend, would that friend want to be your friend? You'd never see that friend again. That would be it. They would be gone. And so that's why I don't like the word budget. I don't believe in budgets. I think that budget, that word should be banned from the English language, should definitely be banned from the financial language. We have to learn to enjoy the process and then understand that when we embrace that, that's when our financial future is going to change. And number 3, this is the power of the penny. And, you know, whenever I see my precious grandson, he didn't know that it was me, but when he was little, and I still do it now, he's 6, but he knows that it's me. But I used to sprinkle coins in his little play area. And he would tell me about it the next time I saw him. And now he's like, Gams, you leave the coins there for me. You know, and mostly I would be pennies and I would just sprinkle it in the yard and sprinkle it in this little area so that when he was digging up with his toys, he would find these pennies. And my daughter would tell me he would get so excited. I got pennies. And he's so overjoyed and excited. And you know what? If you took a penny and you doubled it every day for a year, you would have a number that's almost too big to calculate it. ChatGTP says you have a number with 107 digits. Think about that. 107 digits. There's not even a name for that number. But yet when we see pennies, we toss them to the side. They might be strewn on the bottom of our purse. We might find them between our sofa cushions. Sometimes we see them on the street and we just pass it by. We kick it to the curb. Some people even just throw the coins away. Now think about that. What we do with a little, we will do with a lot. Here we are hoping and praying to be able to have more money, to have more wealth, and yet these pennies come to us and we just toss them aside like they're nothing. Listen, God works in harbingers. Whatever you believe, the universe, whatever it is, what that means is that's a sign that your wealth is on the way. Your answer is on the way to you. So think about that, the power of the penny. Now, listen, we all start somewhere. There's no judgment here. We got to have that mind shift and upgrade our stinking thinking. And listen, we can all do that. Just imagine if you took the steps and you really did do it. And then you're looking back December 2025. And now you're looking back and you really did get out of debt. You really did increase your income. You really did save and invest more money than you ever thought was possible. And you're watching the compound interest and the compound pounding of that money because you changed your money mind shift, right? And so, but what does it take? It takes the first step. You got to take the first step. So I invite you to download my free ebook, The Wall of Wealth. It is my one-page financial plan. It is what your financial guru didn't tell you. It will help you to quickly identify the booby traps in your financial plan. Because people who don't build that financial foundation, it's like trying to build a home and you're putting on the roof and the windows before you ever laid the proper cement foundation. It doesn't last forever. It might get you through for a little while, but at some point, the tide's going to come through. The weather's going to take a turn. So I invite you to download my free ebook. And then listen, folks, we have to transmute our fear into our fortune. And you can absolutely do that. Let's have a coffee chat. Let's get together. Listen, there's no judgment. You can totally change your life and change your annual income into your monthly income. So I'd love to talk to you. I love to teach you, learn from you, and help you to make this 2025 your year to thrive and the best financial year of your life. Hand it back to you, Mr. Eric.
All right. That's incredible. Thank you so much. What a way to kick off the day today. You always give so many nuggets, and we appreciate that. What we can learn from kids, it's amazing. It's amazing, right? I think the older we become, the less imaginative we are, the more cynical we become, right? A kid will just say, I'm going to be president, right? But then as you grow older, you're like, well, I'm not smart enough. I don't have the contacts. Like you just start thinking of all these things and you're like, I can't even be mayor. Right? I can't even be mayor. But as a kid, I'll be president, right? So we can always learn a lot from kids. Absolutely. I learn from my children all the time. Absolutely. All right. So want to appreciate everybody. So first of all, before I continue, I just want to take a minute to appreciate all my world-class speakers because, right now, most of them are spending valuable time with their family, and that's wonderful. We appreciate it. I want to thank Annie Osong, our marketing genius, the guy that actually introduced me to, he didn't introduce me to LinkedIn, but he introduced me to how to use LinkedIn to actually do business, right? So I learned a lot from Annie, so I appreciate him. I want to give a shout out to Zion Anaguru, the Mr. Positivity. He's not on right now. He's from Nigeria. He gives us a lot of great nuggets. We have learned a lot from him this year, especially just being positive in a negative world, right? I want to give a shout out to him. I want to give a shout out to Amberly Shreve in Maryland. She's the gratitude consultant. She talks about a lot about building relationships, right? She's with Promptings, and she always gives us a lot of great golden nuggets as well. So we appreciate her. We want to appreciate Cassandra Terry, mindset maven. She's all things mindset. We've learned a lot from her too, and we appreciate her coming on the podcast for many, many times on this platform. And of course, Leah Garcia. I want to appreciate Leah Garcia, our financial expert. Oh, by the way, grab that ebook she's talking about. I learned a lot from it, right? It's good to have someone in your corner that knows a lot about finances, Okay, because people miss out on a lot of things in life because they just don't have that. They don't, either they don't know how to make it, or they know how to make it, but they don't know how to invest it, right? Like there's just so many things about it, right? So we appreciate you. So I think I mentioned everybody. If I missed anybody, let me know. Leah, I think I got everybody though. Yeah, so I just want to take a few minutes to appreciate all the people, and then also for the guests that come on all the time. Coral is always here. We appreciate you. I know Paulette is here a lot. Laverne, I've seen Laverne many times, right? So I appreciate all of you that come here every single week. All right. So having said that, welcome Ardelia, welcome Bill. Good to see you, Professor Bill. Afenyiwa, welcome. Good to see you. Let's see. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to share a little bit about what I've learned this year, and then we will get to your questions, right? So put your questions in the chat. All right. And if there's any particular lesson learned that you've learned this year, you can put it in the chat also. By the way, someone said that paid off $17,000 in debt. Paulette, congratulations. Congratulations, Paulette paid off $17,000 in debt. That's amazing. That's a good feeling, isn't it? When you pay off debt. It's like a burden is lifted, right? Right. We appreciate you. Congratulations. All right. So there are three things I want to talk about real quick. And it's not like I didn't know about these three things before, but I think they came up to the forefront this year, right? I keep hearing about it over and over. Like when you hear something over and over and over, it's like God is trying to get your attention, right? All right. So the first thing is gratitude, right? So for those of you that don't know me, I'm a little high strung. Okay, I'm a little high strung. I just go for what I want, like 100% all out, right? And it's been beneficial in my life, right? I've been able to have everything I want in life because of that. I just go for it. Like I don't let anything stop me. But I never focused much on gratitude, right? I just figure you work hard and then you'll achieve success. But it doesn't always work that way for everybody, right? So this year I had one of the speakers on my stage, Dr. Kanal. She talked about gratitude, and that got me thinking a lot, right, about being more grateful. And now I write down what I'm grateful for all the time. Amberly Shreve talks about it a lot too, gratitude, right? And one thing about gratitude, it will strengthen your relationships with people, especially if you show gratitude to others. Like Coral, for instance. Coral, I always show gratitude towards her, right? Because she does a lot for the podcast. She does a lot for the meetup group, right? And I'm proud of her, and I show gratitude towards her, and we appreciate her, right? I give her an award. I probably give her multiple awards. But showing gratitude makes people want to keep going, keep doing what they do, right? When my kids, when they show gratitude towards me, right, then I want to give them more. I just want to give them more, right? So that's one thing. Another thing about gratitude, it actually improves your mental health. Now you're probably thinking, how does gratitude improve your mental health? Well, when you are focused on the things you don't have, then you start to feel depressed. But when you're grateful for the things you have, it makes you feel better. It improves your mental health, right? When I pray in the morning, I start out by all the things I'm grateful for. I just list it out. Thank you for thank you for my business. Thank you for my house. Thank you for my family. Thank you for breath, right? When I list it out, I already feel good. I'm like, wow, I have a lot of stuff, right? I don't start with, Lord, I want to be able to upgrade to a Bentley. Can you help? Like, I would like a Bentley, but I'm good with what I have, right? I'm okay, right? So gratitude is good. Gratitude is great. Okay. Second thing I want to talk about is fear. Fear, right? Fear. Now we all experience fear. I don't care who you are, from the pauper on the street to the president of the United States. We all experience fear. But some of us, we let fear stop us from achieving what we want to achieve in life, right? And it handcuffs us, and we're not, and we don't even achieve like half of our potential because of fear, while some of us use fear to fuel our fire and do even more. I'm the kind of person that I use fear to push me forward, right? If a month goes by and I'm not fearful of anything, then I'm not pushing myself. I got to do something that where I'll be a little fearful. That means I'm pushing myself, right? I'm pushing myself forward, right? So you have to use fear. You have to fight the fear, right? I used to be. I'm gonna come out with a documentary soon. The next maybe few days, you'll see it on social media. I talk about the things that almost crushed me as a kid. One is fear of public speaking. I had a fear of public speaking. I was deathly afraid, right? But I overcame it by just doing it over and over and over, right? Another one was fear of selling. I didn't want to sell anybody because I'm a nice guy. I thought you had to be a bad person to actually sell somebody something. Like I'm a nice guy. I don't want to sell anybody anything. I don't want them to feel like they're being sold, right? But then I realized that actually sales is service, right? So the things that you're fearful of, you need to, and as we go into the next year, you want to face it. You want to face it. You want to just do it. Okay. And then the last thing is this one is big. Circle it, underline it, put stars around it, whatever you got to do. Stop worrying about what people say about you. Stop worrying about what people say about you. I started a company called studiospeaking.com. Studiospeaking.com. And I invite speakers, authors, coaches to speak on my stage in North Carolina. It's a live stage. It's a huge, I call it an Anthony Robbins type stage, right? With the big Zooms. Now, when I came up with the idea, I told a couple people. One of the people I told was a very smart, successful business lady. And she told me that nobody will pay me to fly down to my studio and speak on my studio to others because speakers want to get paid. So she said, Eric, I don't know if that will work. Right? All right. So I did it anyway. And the first maybe 20, 30, more than 30 people said no. No, I don't know, Eric. I don't think so. Not interested. Right. Some of them were like, okay, do you have a website? I'm like, well, I don't have a website yet because I don't have any speakers yet. Oh, well, then I'm not interested. Do you have any testimonials? No, because I haven't done it yet. So I don't have anybody to give me a testimonial. Oh, then I'm not interested. Well, guess what, folks? In 8 months, I started in March. So we're not even a year yet. Go to studiospeaking.com. You will see 15 testimonials. 15 testimonials of speakers, authors, coaches. They've gotten business because they were on my stage. They've made money. They've gotten speaking engagements, podcasts. They've been guests on podcasts. Not only did they pay me, but many of them gave me gifts. Like my son says, Dad, I want to do what you're doing because you get gifts in the mail, right? Right. So I mean, and that's not to even include all the people that watched, that gained so much from hearing these people, and they all paid. Sylvia came twice, right? And now I'm doing an event in February. 12 speakers. I have 12 speakers, coaches, and authors are coming. We're gonna announce it soon. Well, since you're here, it's February 17th. I'll give you a sneak. I'll tell you. All right. All the speakers are paid and they're ready to come to the stage. They're flying in, getting a hotel, right? They're going to speak. They're going to speak in front of a global audience. They're going to get the videos. We do done for you videos, right? We're all going to all go to dinner, lunch for 2 days. We're going to network and mastermind. Right? So many other benefits, right? What if I listen to the people that said it won't work? Right? Now every day people reach out to me. How do I speak on your stage? Every single day, right? And I've only been doing it for like less than a year, but I believed in it. I believed in myself, and I believed it can help people. I didn't worry about what people say, think, or do, right? So I want you all, don't worry about what people think, say, or do. Just go for it, whatever you want to go for. All right. So those are the things I want to share with you. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, so let's answer some questions. Leah, why don't we? Let me go down here. See, the first question is from what do you know? It's Coral, our good friend. All right, what has been the biggest takeaway from being a world-class speaker on this podcast? Good question, Leah. What has been your biggest takeaway?
Well, you just said it just a minute ago, Eric, is that understanding that there are going to be people, anytime you're putting yourself in a position where you are speaking to many people, you're out there, you're creating your own podcast, you're speaking in any capacity, you're posting things, you're going to get criticism. You're going to get people who are going to say things. They're going to try to discourage you. They're going to say that, it doesn't work. You wouldn't believe how many people discouraged me from getting on this podcast at 4 a.m. in the morning. I never, ever anticipated that. Never thought that. And Zion's here, Mr. Positivity.
Yes,
And so really for me, the biggest lesson that I've learned is that, and I would say that it's more fortifying within myself, and that just understanding there are always going to be people who are going to be naysayers. People are always going to try to discourage you whenever you're doing something. It's the barrels and the crab, but it's also at the same time, my mentor said this to me about a year ago, or maybe it was a couple of years ago. And he said that if you don't have the courage to turn anyone off, then you'll never have the ability to turn anyone on. So people are not going to like what you're doing. People are going to say that it's the wrong thing. It's the wrong time. You should sleep in. And it will come from sometimes the people that you expected the least. That's the hardest part, is that sometimes it comes from the people that you respect so much, that you look up to. Maybe they're your mentor in a way. Maybe it's friends or family. And just understand that that's part of the process, because there's going to be, you call them haters, but you know what? At some point, they're going to start secretly clapping for you, and they may even do it publicly. Right. So that's been one of my biggest takeaways, although there have been many, but great question, Coral.
Awesome. So actually for me, even though I created the podcast, I learned so much from it. Like, I learned from all my speakers, right? People sometimes think that if you're the leader, that you have all the answers, but that's not the case. That's not the case. I surround myself with smart people, right? Leah knows more about finances than I do, right? Cassandra knows more about mindset than I do, right? Right? These are just examples, right? They are experts in their area, right? Annie is way better at marketing on LinkedIn than I am, right? So I never want to be the smartest person in the room. I just want to be the person that puts all the smart people together, right? And Henry Ford wasn't illiterate. He didn't go to Harvard or Yale. He wasn't illiterate, but he knew how to put the smart people around him. That's why there's still Ford cars. People still buy Ford cars till today, right? Because he put smart people around him. Now, I'm not saying I'm illiterate. Okay, I did go to school, by the way. But my point is that you surround yourself with good people, right? So I learned that it just reiterated the fact that it's important to surround yourself with good people, and that's what I try to do. All right. So let's see if we can get another question. Did anybody else ask a question except for Coral?
Yes,
Okay.
Paulette and also Laverne.
Okay, Paulette. Okay, hold on. Let's see.
Yeah, and I believe they both put question in there.
Yeah, I don't even see it. Okay, here we go. Yeah, Laverne, I see. Okay, I see it now. Okay. So Paulette, what significant lessons or insights did you gain this year that will shape your future decision and actions? Very good. Significant lesson or insights.
Yeah, I would say a couple of things. And hopefully Zion will come back and share with us. But number one is that really the more you speak your mind, the more you will change your mind. And what I mean by that is, unless you have the courage to start speaking out, you got to start somewhere. If you're on social media, be more on social media. If you're not doing videos, start doing videos. Whatever it is that you're not doing. And as you start to speak your mind, you're going to grow your mind. You're going to find new areas, and you're going to fortify yourself, and you're going to really decide things that you really believe in and things that maybe you don't quite so believe in, right? And that's really how we grow our mind, is really doing that. So that's number one, is really speaking your own voice, hearing your own voice, watching your own videos. It's tough. Listen, I struggle with that, but I really listen to it, and I always kind of cringe, like, oh gosh, why didn't I say this? I could have said it better. But you know what? That's how we grow. Okay. I'm in the process. I have not arrived yet. I definitely have not arrived yet. And the other thing is, there really is power in collaborations. And really, could you do it? Eric says it all the time. He could do this by himself. But for me, it's just not as fun. Like, you want to win with people together. It really is. I know that African proverb, a lot of people say it, but it really is true. If you want to go far, go together. If you want to have fun, go together. It's not as fun celebrating by yourself. Like, we give each other high fives after this because, believe it or not, we don't talk at all during the week. I mean, if we do, it has nothing to do with this. And then we get on here a few minutes before. Eric, what's the topic? What are we talking about? Like, sometimes we don't even know what it is, and we just kind of, but we always have some, bringing value that we can. So I would say those are the things for sure has really shaped me, is that understanding. And the third thing is that I would say, Paulette, is doing the thing that you least want to do is probably the thing that we need to do. I personally don't like being on video. I definitely am not a morning person. And here I am. I'm on video. It's 4:31 a.m. Okay. So what does that do? It proves to me that I can do hard things. I tell my precious grandson all the time, you're a champion, and champions do hard things. He's struggling to learn how to swim, or struggling to learn how to kick the ball, or, with his spelling. And I just tell him, listen, you're a champion, and champions do hard things. Remember when you didn't know how to swim, and now you know how to swim. Remember when you couldn't read, and now look at your reading. So that's really the things. I hope that helps.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm sure it helped a lot of people. Thank you so much. For me, it's really, and I knew this before, but it really came to the forefront this year, is don't be afraid to make mistakes. Right?
Yeah.
Look, when I decided not to worry about making mistakes, I had exponential growth in my business. Exponential, right? Because a lot of times we analyze and reanalyze. Should I do this? Maybe should I start a podcast? What if nobody shows up? And you did, and before you even start, you talk yourself out of it. Like, before you even start, you talk yourself out of it. How many times do we think about something, we talk about ourselves out? Imagine when I was creating studiospeaking.com, and I'm like, oh, then I'll have speakers come down, but what if nobody wants to do it? What if nobody shows up? What if? And it would have never happened. It would have never happened, right? So you have to, don't be afraid to make mistakes. I made mistakes, right? But I just kept going. And another thing is, I don't try and portray myself as a perfect person.
That's right.
A lot of people do that. And when you do that, you're hurting yourself.
Yeah.
Because now you have to live up to it. I never portray myself as a perfect person. I never portrayed myself as someone who knows it all, who's, like, there are people that are better at speaking than me, people that are better at selling than me, people that are better at podcasts than me, but I'm getting better every day.
That's right.
So if you don't try to be perfect,
yeah,
right, you'll go farther in life. Isn't it? It's ironic almost, right? Because we're taught in school, just get A's, right? But the people that get all the A's in school are usually the worst entrepreneurs, because they get into the business world and they want it to be perfect, and it's not, and they can't deal with it.
Say that again.
Let me say that again. Yes, a lot of people that get all A's don't become great entrepreneurs because they're used to having everything being perfect. And you're gonna get some D's in entrepreneurship. I've got some D's and some F's in here, right? But eventually it got better. My grades went up, so to speak. Man, that's a
golden nugget right there. That's right.
That's a
That's a
video.
That's a video. That's a podcast.
That's a
Our
podcast.
next. That's our next topic.
That could be a book. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Anyway, sorry, I'll stop.
Yeah,
I'll
that's a
stop.
book.
I'll stop. Anyway, yeah. So you see, we have fun here too. Have fun with what you do, by the way. You gotta have fun. If you're not having fun, what is, why are you even doing it? All right. So let's keep going.
Laverne had a question. It was above Paulette's question.
Yes,
or maybe it was right around the same. Okay.
Yeah. What professional area have you struggled with during 2024, and do you see progress? Okay. You see progress. What professional area have you struggled with? Good question.
I think that sometimes we can overthink what we're doing, is exactly what Eric was saying, is that you just have to do it. Here's the thing. People have short-term memory loss. Okay. This will give you hope. I think that they say that now we have an attention span like shorter than a goldfish, which is like 4 seconds or something like that. So understanding that if you are willing to muck it up, people probably won't even remember when you're at the top. They're going to be singing your praises. They're going to think that you were always this good, right? So the professional area that I have really grown in, I think, is just being willing to get in there and just get dirty and just understand that it's part of the process. And this is one thing that I've really embraced, Laverne, I hope this makes sense, is that people like to see the process. So my first video was, hi, my name is Leah Garcia and I sell insurance. And I'm so proud of that video because I didn't want to do that video. My partner made me do that video and he said, you got to do a video, and he posted it. And I'm so proud of that because that was my first video. Like I had done some videos, but that was really my first like real post. And then what I did was I thought, well, you know what? It's okay because nobody's going to look at it anyway.
Yep.
So just being willing to understand, people want to be a part of the process. If you already have it perfect, you got the perfect background, you have all the perfect words, you have everything's all rainbows and butterflies, they can't relate to you. But see, I believe that part of the relatability is when we aren't perfect. And then people can see that, you know what? We're just like you. We're all in the process. We're all in the same book. We're just in a different chapter. That's all. We're just in a different chapter.
Yes, absolutely. I one day I'm going to show you guys my first videos. Like, it was horrible. The lighting was so bad. Like I was in a shadow. You can't even you see my silhouette. Right? The audio was horrible, right? But I had a message, and I want to share the message, right? And I had people, one guy on my YouTube channel, he said, your video is horrible. Like, why would you even post this? Blah blah. And that you're on YouTube. When someone comments, you can click on their name to see their YouTube channel. He didn't have any videos. Right? And he's criticized me. And then just yesterday, I got a message from YouTube saying I have 500 videos, 500 subscribers. I'm like, what? Right? Wow. You see, that wasn't even a goal. I was just putting videos in there, right? So like Leah said, you just start. For me, here's my struggle. You want to know it? Is how to say no. You have to know how to say no to people, because people will want to make their priority your priority, right? Hey, Eric, we should collaborate together. I have this group that I'm working on, and we're writing this course, and Eric, you need to be a part of it, but it doesn't align with what I want to do. So I'm like, no, right. I'm not. It's not for me, right? So you got to be able to say no, because people will take you in places that you don't even want to go, right? Yeah. And it was hard for me because I'm a nice guy, right? If someone's excited about something, I want to help them out, right? But then I have to look and say, well, this does not align with, either it does not align with my values or it does not align with my goals. So yeah. So speaking of goals, this is a great segue. I have a special event tonight. Everybody on this call should be there. Every single person, okay? It is called, what is it called? Let me get it right. 2025 Goal Setting Workshop. 2025 goal setting or goal planning workshop. Okay. I'm also going to give everybody my template that I've used for years. That's really helped me achieve a lot of success in business. My goal planning template. Everybody gets it when you show up, right? Everybody gets it. So what you do, if you want to be a part of this, go to Success with Eric /goals. So copy. I'll put it in the chat right now. Success with Eric /goals. Hold on a second. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Success with Eric /goals, right? And yeah, just put in your email. You're going to get the email. It's at 6 p.m. today, 6 p.m. Eastern time. A few things about what we're going to talk about. So you're going to learn how to clarify and focus, how to clarify your goals and focus. You're going to learn actionable strategies to achieve your goals. Actionable strategies. We're going to talk about motivation and accountability. Okay, motivation, accountability. I'm going to give you a roadmap, customized, right? Customized, so you can use it for your whatever you want to do. I don't care what you do, right? You can be a coach, consultant, speaker. You can be a network marketing. You could be an affiliate marketer. It doesn't matter. You can be an author. It's a customized roadmap. Okay, we're gonna talk about how to overcome obstacles in your business and your life, right? And then we're gonna do some real-time planning. Okay, and it's not gonna be all me talking. Like it's gonna be interactive because the thing about these events is you guys can't actually speak, but in the Zoom you can. It's gonna be a private Zoom. Okay, so register right now. Don't wait. Don't say, oh, I'll do that this afternoon. You won't do it. You won't do it. You won't do it, right? Click on it. It's free. It's free. You have nothing to lose. And invite people. Invite some other people. Even if you're not an entrepreneur, it could be life-changing for you, right? I was really struggling about whether I should charge for it. I was, and I'll tell you why. Because I have been to several goal planning workshops over in my life. Some of them I paid for, some of them I didn't. I've taken all the knowledge I have and put it together. And then all the trial and error you don't have to do, right? I already made mistakes. I put it together. I put all of this. I put a bow on top, right? And I'm giving you the template, and I'm doing it all for free. So when I tell you that what I'm doing today is worth hundreds, probably even thousands, I'm not exaggerating. It's worth it. It's worth it. So definitely show up today, 6 p.m. Eastern time, because 1 hour of your life can change the rest of your life. You know that 1 hour can change the rest of your life. So yeah, so definitely want to do that. Post the link here. Yes, I did. I posted the link, Priscilla. Unless you didn't get it, I'll put it again. Success with Eric /goals. Success. So if you guys can't see it, you can hear it. Success. And Eric is ERIC, right? Success with Eric /goals. Register right now. All right. Okay. So Leah, did you have anything? I think you spoke about that question already, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if there's anything else. Any other questions? Did you see any other questions here?
I didn't see any other questions, but I kind of want to just toggle on to what you were sharing. A lot of times people think that having a goal or having a plan is having it in their mind. No. It's actually having a written plan, written goals. They say if you write down your goals, you're 10 times more likely to achieve them. And it's the same thing with finances. A lot of people tell me, oh, Leah, I'm good. And I say, good compared to what? What is your financial goal? What is your financial plan? And they say, oh, I have one. Well, let's see it. Where is it? Yeah. And they have it somewhere here in their head. They've got it kind of somewhere. They've got it managed out this way. But if you don't have it written down, guess what? It's like smoke. It's gone in an instant. It means nothing, especially if you don't have a financial plan. I mean, really, we're talking about legacy planning, estate planning. And I just kind of want to give a shout out while you're looking for, I think maybe if we have another question there, is that, I'm sure that everybody who is on here has seen growth in us. I'm sure that they've seen growth in me for sure. But I also want to acknowledge that I see growth in the people who show up here. I mean, Paulette, I've seen so much growth in her. I mean, she's just come out so much just in her posting and what she's sharing, the questions that she's asking. Sometimes being courageous just means willing to ask a question. So many people have a question, but they're afraid to ask. And then, of course, in Coral, she has absolutely totally transformed herself. She's unrecognizable to
Yes.
me from where we started when it was just you and I, Eric. Remember we were doing whatever we were doing, and it was just a video, just an audio.
Yes.
So, just by the associations, maybe we don't meet in person, maybe we've never met in person, maybe we'll never meet in person, but just by having those associations through osmosis, they say a rising tide raises all boats, but only when your boat's in the water. And showing up for yourself here this morning, you're really putting your boat in the water today.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Coral, her star has been shining so brightly, right? So brightly. She has her own podcast. Like when I met her, she hardly said anything on the calls. She can run the call now. She has her own podcast. She's spoken on my stage in DC. She flew all the way from Europe to DC. There are people that live less than an hour away from that workshop, and it was free, and they didn't make it. Coral flew from England all the way to DC, stayed in a hotel, got the hotel room, spoke on the stage, and blessed people with her words of wisdom. Right? She's a life coach now, a Christian life coach. Is helping so many people. Right? So success leaves clues. Right? She's always in the room. She's always learning, and you can tell. Right? So great job, great job to everybody who has grown over the last. Paulette, great job. All right, let's answer this question real quick, and then we'll wrap it up. Paulette, why is it important to have a positive, supportive system?
Obviously, so that when you're running things by somebody, you have somebody that is going to help you to kind of have your back in a way. They can show you the things that maybe are good about it, maybe some things you need to adjust. But I always say that for me, I'm not really looking for a lot of yes people. I'm not looking necessarily for a lot of like-minded people either. I really like studying people who are in opposite industries. I will study things that you probably would never even thought of studying. And I learn golden nuggets from all different areas. Last night I was studying about, this guy's talking about going into abandoned homes. And I'm like studying, like, people abandon homes? Like, how does this work? And I learned so much from that. We're talking about wealthy people, Mary J. Blige, and, these people that we know have abandoned their mansions. So what I'm saying is sometimes it obviously is good to have people who are your positive associations who are going to fortify you, but don't always look for people that are just like you, because then they can't really sharpen your sword, in my opinion, and they don't really help you to shore up your blind spot. So that's a great question, Paulette. I hope that helped.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. That was great. It's important to have a supportive system because it's brutal out there. There are mean people out there.
Yeah.
There are mean people, right? I remember when I first started in business, I would talk to somebody about my offer, and they would not only will they say no, they'll say like, "Why would you sell that?
Right.
Like, why would you even do that?"
Yeah.
Right? They'll make you feel stupid. They'll make you feel foolish.
Right.
You can make a lot more money at getting a good job than this little business of yours. People told me that. Eric, with all your degrees, why would you be calling on people and meeting people on Zoom to talk about what you're doing? You could get a high ranking position in the government. You know that?
Right.
And then what these people do is they get you to second guess yourself.
Yeah.
You're like, what am I doing? Right. So you need the positive support system. I'll tell you that you're doing the right thing. Keep going. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't listen to those people. Because if I didn't have people like that, I don't know where I would be. I live I don't mean to brag. I live my dream life because I pursued my goals and I had people to help me along the way. I didn't know how to write books. I didn't know how to write books. Someone I met in my meeting showed me how to write books. I wrote a bestseller, right? I didn't know. There are a lot of things I didn't know. I met a guy in one of the masterminds. He showed me how I can build a house cheaper than buying a house. Now I live my dream house on the beach on a golf course. I don't even golf. I don't even golf. And it's one of the best golf courses in Virginia, right? But my point is, I didn't listen to those guys. I just plugged in to the people around me, my support system. If I'm on the phone with you and you say anything negative about my business, I am never calling you again. It's not going to happen because I don't want my headspace to be in a negative thought pattern. I don't want to be thinking negatively. So I may love you, but you're not gonna hear from me.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it. Right? I just don't want to hear it. Right? Because that kills goals. It kills dreams. And another thing, what you're doing is not just for you. So don't be selfish and thinking, I don't need to make a lot of money. I'm okay, blah, blah. Because there are people around you that need the money.
Yeah, that part.
Right? Right? My son, so I was just talking to one of my sons yesterday. I was telling him about next year. We plan on going on 3 trips, 3 different countries next year, right? Now, they're already excited because I've taken them to different places, Germany, Mexico, all over, right? But here's the thing. I'm excited, not for me, but for them, right? So it's not about you. It's about people. Look, your parents may be 80, 70 something years old and working. Maybe you need to retire them. Forget about you. Think about them. Maybe your spouse needs to retire, but you may love your job, but he may hate his job, right? So don't think about it as just you. Think about what you can do for the people that you love and care about, right? That's what drives me. That's what drives me. People that you love and care about. And the thing is, on my journey to where I want to accomplish in life, I'm going to take a lot of people with me. Right? Because if you're helping enough people get what they want, you'll have everything you want. And it's a reality for me, right? So I want to help more people. So if you're listening today and you want to learn more, you want to be a part of it, just stay connected. We have an announcement in a couple of days, well, maybe next meeting, right? About a community that everybody can join. It's going to be power. It's powerful. I mean, it's going to be fire, as my son would say. It will be fire. I don't even know if they still say that because they change all these words so much. Don't they, Leah? They change so much.
They do. Yeah.
But I'm still going to go with fire because I like it. Okay. It's going to be lit. It's going to be fire. So I don't even know. I think I went on a tangent. Leah, anything you want to say before we end? How can they reach you, by the way? How can they reach you, Leah?
Yeah, for sure. You can reach me. I'd love to have a coffee chat and help you get your financial plan, your written financial plan, and prepare you to thrive in 2025. And, I always say that the people who are here, you're the champions, and you're the one in your family that is supposed to change your last name forever. So many people say, you know what? I don't really want to be rich. I don't need a lot of money. But you know what? Maybe somebody in your home needs a lot of money. Maybe somebody in your family needs a lot of money. I have a client right now who's paying over $250,000 for cancer treatment to save her life. What if that were somebody in your family? Could you write a check for that? What if somebody needs help like that? One of your family member calls you and they need something. They need money in a desperate way. You're the one in your family that's supposed to be that go-to person. That's why you're here. That's why you're on this call. And maybe being that go-to person, maybe you're the first one in your family like Paulette to be completely and totally out of debt and change your last name forever. Maybe it means that you're the first one in your family like Eric and build your own home, right? And live on the beach on a golf course. Maybe it means that you're the first one in your family to send your kids to college. Or maybe you're the first one in your family to be a billionaire. I don't know what it is, but whatever that means to you, every single person within the sound of my voice, I believe can absolutely accomplish that. It is possible wherever you are. It doesn't matter how old or how young you are. There are youngers right now, alphas what is it, Gen Alpha, they're creating podcasts. That's on my 6-year-old grandson. We're talking about how to help him create his podcast. And you might be retirement age or even past retirement age, and you think it's done for me. There's no hope. Well, you know what? I think when it comes to money, you can push the restart button at any single time. And the best way to reach out to me is on my smart link, my biz in a box, leahgarcia.io, and I will put it in the chat, leahgarcia.io, and you can always find me on LinkedIn as well. Thank you so much, Eric.
Awesome. Thank you very much. And by the way, when you go to that site, it is fire. She has one of the coolest sites ever. Yes, leahgarcia.io. It's beautiful. You trust me. You'll love it. When you were talking about finances, I just thought about something. So my first son is in college, and he's finished his first semester. He got incredible grades, straight A student. When I was leaving his dorm room, when we're leaving, I said to him that when I was in college, I had to work full time. I never got a chance to go to the parties. You know how they say pledge for this and pledge for that? I didn't have time for pledge. Pledge what? I don't have time. I couldn't be tired because I had to go to work. I was working full time. I had to drive, over an hour and a half to class and drive back. I told him what I had to go through. I said, for you, I just paid your school fees. You don't have to worry about that. I had to pay my school fees. So I said, make me proud, right? So all that work I put into it, it's not for me. It's for him. It's for my other kids, right? For my family, right? So, it makes his life easier. My mom's life is easier because of what I do, right? So make somebody else's life easier because of what you do.
That's great. That's awesome.
Make someone else's life easier because of what you do. That the legacy that I want to leave in my life is for people to say, by him being in my life changed. Right? Just by meeting him. Just like, even if you never buy any of my courses, nothing, it doesn't matter. But if you can get something from this call, that's it. And that can be life-changing to you. That's enough. Right. So let us go out there and let us shine. If you want to be a part, if you want to connect with anything I do, just connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok. I'm on all of them, right? Eric F. King. Okay. Make sure you come to the event today. Don't miss it. successwitheric.com/goals. You will be glad you did. All right. So with that, thank you so much, Leah. Thank you again to all my incredible speakers over the last year. Annie Awesome, John Menaguru, Amberly Shreve, Cassandra Terry, all of you. It's been incredible. And we will see you today, 6 p.m. on Zoom, live on Zoom. All right. So and if you're watching on replay, put hashtag replay in the chat, and we'll see you later on. All right. It has been a plum pleasing pleasure to be here with you today. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.